Jared here with Rockerazzi.com. We are fortunate and privileged enough to have world-renowned entertainment attorney Dina LaPolt. Dina, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
You're sweet. Thank you, Jared.
You are world-renowned, right?
What?
You are world-renowned.
If you say it and it's on Rockerazzi, then it must be true.
I'm going to kind of gear the questions to Dina that possibly could help you guys out there in terms of maybe you're looking for a lawyer, maybe you've got some copyright questions, maybe you're wondering what the hell does an entertainment attorney do? So hopefully by the end of this, some of these questions will be cleared up. Which brings me to my first question. Okay, so what is an entertainment attorney? What does a music attorney do? For the people out there watching, can you give us like an elevator pitch?
Well, basically, what I do is I review and I draft contracts all day long. And I talk on the phone. So I negotiate all the deals that pertain to the music business. So whether it's record deals, publishing deals, sponsorship deals, touring deals, endorsement deals, management deals, producer agreement, whatever is happening in the music business, there's an agreement. And I'm the person who drafts up the agreement. And a lot of times, you know, I might not have to do a long form document, but I might have to memorialize terms real quick on the phone as I'm negotiating them on the phone, and then send it off to the other attorney who confirms back this is, you know, definitely a confirmation of what we agreed to. So that's really what it is. It's about, you know, it's about wheeling and dealing in intellectual property rights, which is anything from copyrights, trademark rights, rights of publicity, anything like that.
You've chosen to specialize in music, right? And is there a reason for that? Because I know your background, but our fans don't.
Well, you know, the music industry is like the Roach Motel. Once you check in, you don't check out, you know. And I started my career as an artist. When I was 13 years old, I was in a band, and I did that for a long time. I basically lived in a van for 10 years, eating macaroni and cheese powered by a cigarette lighter with powdered milk. It was really fun for a while, especially in my, you know, low 20s. I mean, it was fun. But then I started approaching 30, and health insurance became attractive. So I became a booking agent, which was very interesting. And I was always the business person in the band, so it was really, you know, I had a knack for business. So I started doing that, and I also started, you know, promoting clubs. So I would be a talent buyer for clubs in New York City, and I eventually moved out here, and I started doing it in San Francisco. And, you know, and I fell into managing. So I started managing punk acts in San Francisco. And I was still in a band, so I did that. And, you know, what happened is one of my band that I was in got chosen to showcase at this music industry conference. And one of the benefits of showcasing at the conference is we were given one pass to go attend the conference. So, of course, the girls in the band could give a shit. So I said, I'm going to go take this. And I went to this panel, and it said, negotiating your record deal. And it said, 3 music lawyers discuss negotiating record deals. I said, oh, I want to go see that, right? So I get my demo tape, which I'm dating myself, because I had my demo. That's cool. Get my demo tape, and I go down to this panel. And I first thought I was in the wrong panel because the 3 lawyers on the panel, one had tattoos, the other guy had earrings, one guy had long hair. I'm like, this is not the lawyers panel. Turned out it was the lawyers panel, and I can tell you that I had an epiphany. It was then when I said, oh my God, you know what? This is what I want to do. And that's kind of how I fell into it.
So your day-to-day kind of routine, it doesn't sound all that exciting to that's out there. But what gets you up in the morning? Kind of what gets your blood boiling? What gets you up and thinking, God, I love what I'm doing? What is it?
That's a great question, because I think the sole driving thing for me is that I get to work with creative people. I mean, that's the thing. I am a lawyer for artists. And they are all eclectic. They are all different. They all march to a beat of another drum. And I love it because it's not, you know, the people that I work with, you know, they think differently. They're wired differently. And my job is never the same. Not any one deal is ever the same. Not any one record deal is the same, because all deals are crafted by the person. So everybody's different, you know what I mean? I could have one artist who is a vegetarian and pro, animal rights, and you know, she doesn't want any of her music to ever be, used in any commercial or film that abuses animals or anything like that. I mean, and that's like something that I'm fighting zealously for, because, you know, that matters more to her than the $1 million you're giving her. She could give a shit about that. So every artist that I represent, all their issues are different, and I love it, because I feel like I really understand them from being a musician myself.
Do you have to like the artist or band on a personal level to work with them? Is that important to you?
It is now. When I first opened my firm in 2001, I didn't have the luxury of saying, well, I don't really like your music, or I don't like you. You know what I mean? Now that's a big thing in my world. I mean, I don't represent people that I don't either like or I'm not a fan of.
And how much do you think of your day-to-day routine is playing band psychologist and artist psychologist versus entertainment attorney?
Isn't it the same thing?
Yeah.
It's actually, they intermesh each other, because I'm working with a lot of creative people that, you know, are governed by the left side of their brain. You know, there's issues with everything. I mean, everything is an emotional issue, which I love. It's not like, you know, working in IBM or some computer software company where everybody's just, you know, it's just business back and forth. What I do, even though it's business back and forth, it's always emotional for my clients, because they're artists and it deals with their art and their music and things that they create. So with working with them, you know, every time I bring them a deal, or a deal comes to the table that I'm negotiating, every issue in there is emotional for them. So, like, to you and me, it's just like, okay, the record company wants to be able to use their music in films without getting your approval. Okay, bring that to an artist, and that's a 20-minute conversation that, you know, and then they call me back the next day because they're really disturbed by the fact that someone wants to do that.
Has there been an artist that had submitted some stuff to you and that you passed on, and then they've later had a very successful career?
Oh, yeah. Yes. That's always, you know, you never know, because, I mean, I've seen things that I would say, this is absolutely never going to happen. Like, never. And then the next thing you know, I was like, what? And then I've seen things that say, this is going to happen. Every piece of the puzzles on this, the right team, and it never happens. So it's all over the map. But yeah, absolutely.
Was there a rock concert that was pivotal for you in your adolescence that you can point to that kind of made you say, oh my God, I've got to play music, or I've got to be in the industry?
Wow. Yes. Van Halen.
What tour, do you remember?
It was in New Haven, Connecticut.
Okay.
And I don't remember what tour it was, but they did the song Jump. You know, so it was probably around that time. But they did a lot of their big hits, but that was when they were really big with the song Jump. But, man, that killed me. David Lee Roth doing splits, wearing makeup with high heel shoes. I was like, that's insane.
And is there any advice that you'd give any singer-songwriters out there today?
Never give up. I mean, that's about succeeding in the music business. It's about the staying power and being consistent. And you're going to hear people tell you no all the time. But instead of getting defeated and deflated, you should be inspired. If someone tells you no, that's all the more greater and better and amazing you're going to feel when you have a #1 record and you're up there thanking everybody at the Grammys, and all those people that told you no, you're going to laugh your way all the way to the bank.